Black River's been getting a lot of calls lately from producers about scaling up. Not if they should, but if we can buy it and sell it. They've already grown it, they've already produced it, and now they need to get the market. But they don't know what the market is, or how to get it there, or how much they want to sell it for. Number one, cannibalism is uncool. It's when you eat your own. It's when you devour your own kind. It's when we look for the short-term gain, thinking about the long-term consequences. And then we have corporate cannibalism. So corporate cannibalism occurs when companies introduce products into the market where these products are already established. In effect, the new products are competing against their own incumbent products. We see this in toothpaste. We see this in snack food and chips. We see this in soda. We see this in yogurt. We see this in sneakers, and we see it in cars. Companies do this because they want to connect with every possible customer, aka a person who actually buys things. If we view local food as a whole, as a giant category, our communal goal is to increase purchasing dollars towards local foods. So in essence, local products as a whole represent a different product from a commodity. So cannibalism as it relates to local food. A local producer targets an established market with a competing product without bringing new customers to that market. So I'm going to say it again. A local producer targets an established market with a competing product without bringing new customers to the market. I've got lettuce, I'm going to call City Market. I'm going to sell lambs to Kitchen Table Bistro. They didn't ask me to grow it, but I know they buy local food. We've seen this over the last few years in our own regional products. Got to think about lettuce, about maple syrup, bread, local cheese. You produce it, bring it to market, cross your fingers, and if it sells, you make more. Cannibalism eventually becomes capitalism because you are creating more competition. We've got CSAs on the rise, farmers markets on the rise, natural food stores on the rise, buyers clubs on the rise, but we still have 620,000 people in Vermont. And of those, how many are going to buy local food? We spend a lot of time in Vermont talking about who supports local food. And this is really the wrong group to focus on. They're not going to stop and all of a sudden go back to eating Big Macs and drinking Slurpees because we didn't stroke their egos hard enough. They've already changed their lifestyle, and they're not going to jump ship. Who we don't focus on who are those who purchase local products in an irregular basis, and sometimes those who don't know they need to change their lifestyle but eventually will because of diet or because of buying habits. The ones with no interest at all are going to be the hardest ones to convert. Is Vermont selling more local food than a few years ago? Absolutely yes. Are we focusing on new customers who are not purchasing local foods? I hope so. Maybe. Maybe not. We have more farmers markets, more CSAs, more places to buy local food. But do we have more customers in Vermont transitioning from a non-locally grown diet at the pace that we're creating new products? And I'm not so sure of that. Do you run into people on a regular basis who say, I was buying all my groceries at Walmart, and now I'm a local for? Are our products that much different than similar products in the marketplace? Flip-flops are flip-flops, mopeds are mopeds, and bathrobes are bathrobes. Food is food, and we can romanticize it to tell the story, but it's still just food. Milk is milk, kale is kale, and ground beef is ground beef. There may be subtle differences in everyone's product, but it is the consumer that determines their purchasing behavior based on perceived value. I will be happy to pay this for this. And you say, Vermonters are different, we're special. We're the leader in the nation. We're a local for. We're so local, I'm hyper local. We're niche, we're artisan, we're craft artisan. We're small batch craft artisan. We use a lot of adjectives to connect with consumers, and that's how we market things to people. Vermont companies do a really good job in marketing their products to target audiences. We market to those who are educated, those who are concerned about the environment, the health conscious, the community oriented, those who drive a Prius, those who want to drive a Prius. But we're not really different. We market like the biggest companies in the world. Marketing is the process which we move from concept to customer. We create a product, we create a price, we figure out where we're going to sell it, we create a place, and then we promote it. Local food needs to have a better strategy to bring new potential customers into this marketplace. We need to identify where local foods are not being sold and work like hell to get them there. This means a conventional grocery store and retail stores, they have a ton of customers who are on the fence, who if you put it in their hands, they're going to buy it and buy a lot of it. This family doesn't go to the farmer's market. They don't have a CSA. They have other worries. But what they respond to is quality and value. They are the group of producers we should connect with, the group we need to find a way to connect with. You connect with them by respecting them, respecting their purchasing habits, encouraging them, and not alienating them. A salesman once told me, never place judgment on somebody you eventually want to sell to. It will take more time and energy, but this should be our new target. It's about leaving the door open for them. People change as times pass. And this is our future, a new and educated consumer. She spent her whole life eating better than any of you have. She'll pass it on to her children, her friends, her coworkers. When she's 30, she'll have been a local food advocate for over a decade. But she's 5. And you got 25 years before she's buying. So we need to do something now. Cannibalism in the local foods market is easy. It's when we don't think creatively. Cannibalism displaces one another's business, steals each other's customers, and eventually may push your friends and neighbors out of business. Or we can think bigger, broader, and bolder, and we can work really hard to find new customers. Let's focus on new markets, the conventional grocery store in your hometown, your community school, filling the needs of consumers in the biggest cities. Focus on quality and efficiency, and let's make sure that every scale of producer has a place to sell what they work so hard to produce. Thanks.